Good morning and welcome to Greece. My name's Andrew and I live here. Literally, this is a 1970s apartment, typical of housing stock in Athens, which is where I am today. And it happens to be a family apartment that my wife and I have been given the opportunity to refurbish. And that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to look at the apartment itself, typical 1970s apartment in Athens. And we're going to talk about what we're going to do here. I'm going to talk about some of the costs, some of the challenges, and then I'm going to follow up with further videos of the actual refurbishment itself, the remodeling. So I hope this video is interesting to you. So I'm going to start with our legal costs. Then I'm going to show you around the apartment quickly as it is. And then I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to do and what that's going to cost. So legally, we need to own this apartment before we do the work on it. And this apartment was actually knocked into a second apartment, so it became one big apartment. This is the front door behind me, and you'll see there's a bookcase in front of it because it hasn't been used for 50 years. This has been in the family 50 years. When it was purchased with the one next door, they knocked it through, so we now have to split it out. To do that, we have to have a digital registration number. It has to be registered online. In order to get that, we have to have an energy performance certificate, and we also have to have a structural survey which compares the existing layout to the original plans and makes sure the property is safe. This is expensive. The surveyor and the EPC are costing for both apartments about €1,200, and the surveyor's been and confirmed that we can get on, that the works we're planning are safe, which is great at least. I don't mind that because I get something out of it. The legal aspects, however, registering the property, the work that the notary will do here in order to put it in our names, is ridiculous. He is charging us €1,800, and that's a standard fee here. So we're in it for 3,000 before we even start, which is a little bit frustrating if I'm honest, but legal is legal. We have to do it. So this apartment is 50 square meters, one bedroom, and I'll give you a quick tour of it so you know it. This is the front door, as I said, already blocked up. Here we have an opening through to the other apartment, and then immediately in front of the front door we have this large aperture through to what is and will remain the bedroom. Perfectly nice. Good floors. I will say we have very, very good floors in here, and we're going to keep the floors. But then we have this long corridor with these cupboards on the left. We have a little laundry area down here at the end before the bathroom. And then into the bathroom, you will see typical 70s bathroom with sink, bath, bidet, toilet, etc. And next to that, we currently have a second bedroom. Now this will become the living room, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes. This is the largest room in the house. Now I should say every room has these double opening doors except for the bathroom, but there is a window in the bathroom. And then if we come back down the corridor past the laundry area with the cupboards here, we have what is currently a study or third bedroom, but will be the kitchen. There used to be a kitchen in here originally, and we need to reinstate a kitchen in here. And then finally, we're back down the corridor to the front door and into the bedroom. So you can see this is a very small apartment, one bedroom, 50 square meters in a very good area of Athens, I have to say. So what are we actually planning to do here, and what is it going to cost us? Well, this is a 70s apartment. It hasn't really been touched since the day it was built, so there's quite a lot of basic foundational work to do. And there are 4 core things that we have engaged builders to do, and we'll start in March. The first is demolition. The second is the electrics. The third is the plumbing, and the fourth is the windows. And only once we've done those 4 things can we then really engage in starting to rebuild this apartment. So let's have a quick look at what we're going to do with those. So first of all, we have to rip out the bathroom. Now that may seem easy, take the bath out, take the sink out, take the toilet out, but we also have to take the tiles off the walls. It's fundamental that we go back to concrete, and in these sorts of apartments it is literally back to concrete. You don't have partition walls that are easy to replace here. So the bathroom comes out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to open up this hallway. So I'm going to take out all these cupboards along here because space is a premium here and they take up a lot of space and they're old-fashioned and we don't need them. We're then going to raise this partition wall up to the lintel, but we're going to keep the wall on the right here because we will create a laundry cupboard here which will have a washing machine and laundry shelves above it. This additional doorway partition here is going to come out completely. The structural surveyor has confirmed we can do that. We will close off with brick the door at the end so that we separate it from the other apartment. And this doorway here is going to be reduced so that it becomes a normal doorway into the bedroom, giving a bit more privacy. The key thing that we're going to do, however, is in what will become the living room. So firstly, we're going to shut off this door by the bathroom, which takes us through into what will become the living room. And we are going to cut a hole here in this wall, basically between the radiator on the left and the door on the right, and up to the concrete lintel above. So we will create an open plan living space to maximise effectively the feeling of openness here in this apartment, between the living room here, which is currently used as a second bedroom, and the third bedroom, which will become the kitchen. Now, once the demolition's done, we're going to do a complete rewire on this apartment. The electrical distribution board will be replaced. We're going to replace all the plug sockets, all the cabling. It will involve a lot of cutting holes and channels into the walls. So that is going to cause some significant damage, but it really has to be done because the electrical wiring here is 50+ years old. Now, fortunately, we have a family friend who owns an electrical engineering business here in Athens. He does commercial and domestic. He is taking on this project and we are utilising his contacts for all the other services as well. So we're really lucky in that regard, because I hate trying to find builders and trust builders. But Yanis, thank you. We can trust him. He will do the electrics and we will use his tradespeople to do the rest of the work. We're also going to do the plumbing. Now that's actually quite a big job, because not only do we have to replumb the bathroom to locate the water and the drainage for the facilities that we're going to use, and I'll show you that in a minute, but we also have to reinstall a kitchen here, or reinstate a kitchen here. There hasn't been a kitchen here for 50 years. So the plumbing needs to be built back into this wall, the electrics need to be built back into this wall, and we're going to put a kitchen along this wall here, or I am, because I will do the installation of that. So the plan with the bathroom, as I said, we will take everything out where the bath is currently, and into this alcove we will effectively create a wet room. We will have a walk-in shower, which is not going to have any glass divider or anything. It's just going to be a walk-in shower which will drain down to a drain in the floor, no shower tray or anything. The toilet here is going to be turned through 90 degrees and put onto this external wall here, which is strong enough to support a floating toilet, just to modernise this a little bit, create a little bit of space, make it easier to clean. The sink will be replaced, but obviously stay where it is, and we will lose the bidet. Now this is quite a large bathroom. We're going to use light porcelain or marble style cream tiles. We're going to make it very modern and simple, and we're going to try and minimise the costs. I will do most of that work myself once the foundation's been put in place, because I'm not a plumber. I want a plumber to come in and do the work on this, because I have no experience of doing plumbing and electrical and so on in Greece. I need someone to come and do that for me. Now, as I said, we're going to put a kitchen down this wall here, probably IKEA to be honest, sink at the end, then we'll have a dishwasher, small dishwasher and a hob. Then we're going to have a, because my wife wants it, a tall unit here with an oven and microwave in, and then at the end here we will have the fridge. So we're again trying to keep that as simple as possible. Obviously taking this wall down, or a significant proportion of this wall down, will open it up into the lounge, as it will be, and bring the light in from this window as well. Now, as I said, we're replacing the windows. All the windows here are 50 years old. They're wooden windows, they're single glazed. We have to take them out. We're putting aluminium windows in, 25mm double glazing, with a reflective coating on it to try and reduce the thermal load in these rooms, argon filled, and that is not cheap. 4 windows, double door opening windows, are going to cost us about €5,000. There's also a small window in here, I should say, that we have to put in, but about €5,000 on the window. The plumbing and electrical is going to be, again, with the demolition, about €5,000. So the foundation is €10,000. Then we have to add a further €3,000 on for the legal work that I mentioned earlier. And all of that has to be done. All of that will be done by the end of April. So we're in it for €13,000 before we even make this place livable. To make this space livable, obviously we have to put in the bathroom and the kitchen. Now I'm going to do those, and I'm estimating €5,000 to €6,000, depending on how fancy we want to go with them. And then obviously we need other little things such as a TV, a sofa. We have a bed, but we would like to replace it. So I think, whilst I want the budget here to be about 15,000, that was my original plan, €15,000. The legal work being 3,000 has kind of blown that apart completely. And we're probably looking 18 to 20,000 in total, which, I'll be honest, is more than I wanted to spend. Yes, we're in Athens. Yes, a 50 square metre, 1-bedroom apartment in Athens is actually very desirable because it's obtainable and accessible to Greek people. It does have a limit on value. It's not, as properties get older, the value of the property within declines. So this is 1971 this was built. It's in Athens, but it has a limit to what it's worth and a limit to what we should spend on it. And 20,000, I'll be honest with you, for me is really pushing to the top of that. But we want to do this properly. We want to put the foundation in place. We want to make it livable and pleasant to be here. Otherwise, it's a waste of money and a waste of time. So I'm going to take you on that journey. I'm going to film as we do the demolition and the electrical and the plumbing in March, and I will take you past that through the fit out and hopefully the finished product. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. I hope it makes some sense. I hope it's given you a feel for a 70s apartment in Athens and what we are going to do with this place. And thank you for watching. I look forward to doing more on this apartment for you soon. Thank you.